Hello, YouTube. This is Set Free from the Trap Ministry. I am on here to share about the family in the world today. About the family. The families are messed up today in the world. The family. Jesus Christ created families, okay? But the families are messed up today in the world. And I'm finna share this very important message about the family. The families in our world today, okay? Because there will be storms in this life. When the storms come in life, when the storms come, when the families, when the family's foundation is built on Jesus Christ, they will stand in the storms in life. So there will be storms in this life, but today in our world, nobody wants to get into a relationship with Christ and stand on God's foundation. And storms will come in the family. They will come. Jesus Christ, he created family, he made family, but people trying to put families together on their own when Jesus Christ is the one who made families. So I'm finna share about when the family's foundation is built on Jesus Christ. Okay? When they have a relationship with Christ. So here it goes. The wise is Matthew 7:24. The wise builder and the foolish builder. Therefore, anyone who hears these words of mine and puts them into practice is like a wise man who builds his house on the rock. The rain came, the rain came down, and the streams rose, and the winds blew, and it beat up against that house, yet it did not fall. It had its foundation on the rock. But anyone who hears these words of mine and does not put them into practice is like a foolish man who built his house on the sand. The rains came down, the streams rose, the wind blew, it beat up against that house with a great crash. So see, the wise, he's talking about almost like building a house. When you build a house, you got to have a foundation. Okay? Today, the families are not built on the foundation of a relationship with Christ. Okay? Not that we just go to church every Sunday. It's nice to go in fellowship and encourage, but I'm talking about having Jesus Christ as he is the foundation of the family. Okay? And today people are not standing on Jesus' foundation. They're not. The wise man, it says the wise builder and the foolish builder. Okay? So when somebody building a house, they need foundation. No matter how pretty the house look, like when somebody go buy a house, you can't just look at the outside. You want to check out what's going on the inside. Okay, when you buy a car, you want to know how that look. You can't just go by what it look like on the outside. But families have no foundation today. When the storms come for me, yes, I'm gonna go through stuff, but I'm on the solid foundation of Christ. I'm gonna make it. But the man or woman who is building on saying or what they think in their opinion, it says right here, it said, but whosoever hears these words of mine and does not put them into practice is like a foolish man who built his house on the sand. The rains came down, the streams rose and blew and beat up against that house, and it fell with a great crash. A lot of people are building on saying today. They building on what they think, their opinion, and when the storms of life come, you see it, people lose their mind. Because Jesus Christ is not their foundation. A relationship with Christ is not their foundation. So when the storms of life come, guess what? Christian men and women, yeah, we go through stuff, but guess what? Jesus Christ is our foundation. So when the storms of life come, we ready. We standing on the word of God. He got us. But you got a lot of people in this world. Jesus Christ is not their foundation. They build it on sand. They build it on sand. So when the storms of life come, they gonna break down. They're gonna lose their mind because they build it on saying how popular they are, what they look like, what type of car they drive, and when the storms of life come, they lose it because Jesus is not their foundation. The family, he created the family, he made the family. So without Jesus, the family falls apart. I need Jesus Christ to be my foundation every time. I've been through a lot of, and there's going to be some more storms come in life, but Jesus Christ is my foundation. I've been bumped a little bit, but guess what? He's helped me. All the stuff that we going through in this world, all the stuff we go through, it's hard to live this life without Jesus. And people try to live without Christ and try to live for themselves and just build on their own, build on the foundation of the world. And that don't last long. That's why so many of the families are falling apart. And religion can't help you. Religion can't do nothing for you. Religion won't help you. A relationship with Christ will. So that's why Christian men or women who are standing on the foundation of Christ, when the storm comes, guess what? We're gonna make it. The wise builder and the foolish builder. Therefore, whosoever hears these words of mine and put them into practice is like a wise man who built his house upon the rock. The rains came down, the streams rose, and the winds blew and beat up the house, yet it did not fall. Its foundation was on the rock. But whosoever hears these words of mine and does not put them into practice is like a foolish man who built his house on the sand. The rains came down, the streams rose, blew and beat up against that house. It fell with a great crash. And that's what's going on today. It's a lot of people that's building on sand. And if you build a house on sand, that house ain't gonna last. And a lot of people are building on sand. Their career, what they think, how much money they got, and when the storm of life comes, they get blew away. It's almost like water coming into somebody's house and they're trying to use a broom to get it out. That's what people are trying to do. And they lose their mind because their money can't help them, their fame can't help them. But the church, those of us who have a relationship with Christ, we may be hurting on the inside and we're going through it, but guess what? Jesus Christ is our foundation. I've been through many storms. And I know I'm gonna go through many more. But when the storms of life come, Jesus Christ is my foundation. He's my foundation. If the family don't have a Jesus Christ is not their foundation, it's gonna fall apart. So when the family's foundation is built on Jesus Christ, they will stand in the storms in life. But people are building on what they think. So it says the wise and the foolish builder. So it says, but anyone who hears these words of mine and does not put them into practice is like a foolish man who built his house on the sand. The rains came down, the stream rose, blew, beat up against that house, and fell with a great crash. So many people are building on sand. If you build it on religion, that's gonna fall apart. Religion is a crutch. Religion can't do nothing for you. A relationship with Christ is. So we all gonna go through storms, okay? There's going to be some storms. But is Jesus Christ your foundation? He's my foundation. A family built on God's foundation gonna make it. It's like you building a house. The house gotta have a foundation. Jesus Christ is my foundation. In the good times and the rough times, I'm standing on His word. His word is my foundation. Okay, so we're gonna go through some stuff in this world, but I know Jesus Christ does care about people hurt and He care about their pain. It's in Psalms 34. He does care. He does care about what people may be going through. I'm going to Psalms 34, verse 17. This scripture is very encouraging. It says in Psalms 34, verse 15, that Psalms 34, verse 15. It says, the eyes of the eyes of the Lord are on the righteous. His ears are attentive to your cries. But the face of the Lord is against those who do evil, to blot out their name from the earth. The righteous cry out. The righteous cry out, and the Lord hears them. He delivers them from all their troubles. The Lord is close to the brokenhearted. He saved those who were crushed in spirit. Did you hear that? Jesus Christ is close to broken people. There are broken people in this world that are hurting. He cares about your pain. He cares about your hurt. Okay? He cares about that. He said his ears are attentive to your cries. It's so many people going through so many things right now. Jesus cares about your pain. I'm just delivering this encouraging message to you. Let you know that He does care. He does care. He cares about your pain. Psalms 34, verse 17. He says, But the face of the Lord is against those who do evil, but to blot out their name from the earth. The righteous cry out, and the Lord hears them. He delivers them from all their troubles. The Lord is close to the brokenhearted. The Lord is close to the brokenhearted. The Lord is close to the brokenhearted. He saved those who are crushed in spirit. The righteous person may have many troubles, but the Lord delivered them from them all, and none of the bones are broken. So, anybody going through any hurt, Psalms 34, verse 17, the Lord, the King, the Master, Jesus, He's close to the brokenhearted. He cares about your pain. He cares about your hurt. There's a lot of hurting people now. You don't have to have the answer to what you're going through. He want to help you. That's Psalms 34, verse 17 and verse 18. The Lord is close to the brokenhearted. Jesus is close to brokenhearted people. Bye-bye.